You know, for years, Matt and I have been concentrating all our efforts on making people comfortable in their homes. Well, today I'm finally advancing into the animal kingdom. Matt has already gone the extra mile because last season, remember, he built a dog house. So this season, I'm making pet pillows. Now, Matt wanted to be here to help until he heard the word pillows, and then that was the last I saw of him. But anyway, these are super easy to make and fun for your pets to use. You just need to grab 2 yards of your favorite, well, maybe I should say your pet's favorite fleece pattern. My cats like bold colors, so I thought what I had here would be very nice. What you need to do then with your 2 yards, start by cutting them into single yard pieces. So I have 2 of them, 1 yard. Then you fold it in quarters, because it's already folded in half there. And you go to where you have all of the folds, the corner there, and we're going to figure out what the circumference is going to be for our circle. Actually, since we're doing half of it, it's our radius, isn't it? See, that math does help out when you go to school. All right, to create a circle, we're going to cut just 1/4 of it, so that is a radius. And because this is very long in this direction, but shorter in this direction, we have to use this measurement. So I get out my fabric measuring tape. See what I have here. 18 inches. So that is going to be the radius of our circle. And I'm using pins here to mark this. Continue to hold the tape measure at the corner and at the 18, and you're going to see we're going to create this radius. Move it just a little bit away from the first edge, and then I just use a pin to mark it. You have to put maybe, I don't know, I need about 4 or 5 of them in here so that I can kind of see that quarter of the circle. And then that's going to give me a line without me having to really draw on the fabric to cut around. We'll do maybe 2 more here because it's always a good idea to have one right at the edge. Do I have another pin? Yeah, there we go. So I'll put one right here. And then, now I'm going through 4 layers, so I'm going to want pretty sharp scissors. And I'm going to cut along the outside. And remember, this is a pet pillow. You know, if you're a little crooked, doesn't matter. So I'll cut with those on the inside like this. Just follow right along. It's kind of neat because it's fun to see that you actually have drawn a little circle for yourself. And then come right up to the end like that. We'll remove our pins. And then you will take your other 1 yard of fleece, because we're going to need 2 of these. Save the scraps, by the way. You can make all kinds of things out of them. And if you want, you can either do the same thing to cut your second circle out, or use this one to set on top and use it as a template. Then take your 2 circles. I already cut this one out for you. Lay them out so that the wrong sides are together. Just going to set this one on top of it. Like that. Line up your edges. It does not have to be perfect. Again, you know, this is kind of a neat project, I think, for kids because it doesn't have to be perfect. And they're going to feel like, oh my goodness, I made something for my pet. All right, once you get that lined up, this is about, well, we made it 18, so this is a 36-inch circle. Because of that, I think we can make our fringe about 6 inches long. So what I need to do, get out that tape measure again, is measure in 6 inches, get the pins and mark it. Pins go through both layers here, all the way around, another 6 inches. Now this pillow that I made is a little bit smaller, it's only about 28 inches, so I cut my fringe in only about 5 inches, so it depends on how big you're making it. But I have already this pulled together here on this pretty pattern. I have it pinned all the way around, and I've actually started with the fringe to show you how this goes. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but there are my pins. What I want to do is cut the fringe in just 1/4 of the circle at a time. So I'll line this up down here, and you know what 1/4 is, right? I'm going to cut in very simply into that line of my pins. Once I've done that, I'm going to split the difference. Cut here, and you're always cutting towards the center of the circle. Now because you're doing that, the fringe is going to be little wider at the outside and a little narrower on the inside, but that's all right. Again, cut in the center. Keep dividing these pieces up. And when I get about this size, I want the fringe to be about 1 inch wide, so I'm going to cut this one into 3. Notice I'm doing all kinds of measuring because I think it has to be perfect. No, do whatever you want. It makes it a lot easier and more fun. Now, to tie the fringe, you can do 2 ways. You can split it like this, tie it very tight because this is our stitching, remember. Do a double knot, and you can create your fringe that way. Or you can hold your fringe 2 together, flip them around, and tighten it. This one's a little bit neater. You can see that. It creates a nice little knot here. This one might be actually a little tighter, so you decide which way you want to go. Now, of course, you have lots of tying to do all the way around. And then you're going to end up with something that looks pretty similar to this. All the way around, what I do with my little hole. Here's my hole. Leave enough of it untied so that you can get your hand in there and really fill it in. And I just simply use some polyester fiber fill, and I don't just jam it in there. I'm kind of determined with it because I want to make sure I get it, you know, can you see it looks a little low right here? Take some of that fiberfill, push it into just the right spots. And you can do this with fiberfill, which is kind of nice. You can be very specific with it. Once you have it filled in, you know what to do. Close it up, tie up your fringe, and in the end you're going to have a really cute little pet pillow. Now this one you see is sewn because I used the scraps that I had from another project, so you can do that as well. Now, don't mention this to Matt, but this could be just as easily an accessory pillow. It's soft, very easy to make, comes in all sorts of fun colors. Hey, what a fun project it'd be for kids for a sleepover. They could all make their own pillows for the night, or have a church group make up a bunch for the local help center. I know ours is always in need of bedding and pillows. Anyway, a pillow to pet is a happy pet. And it was what? So simple.
For instructions for today's projects, plus great decorating ideas and do-it-yourself home projects, plus recipes, kids crafts, sewing projects, and more. Everything for around your house. Visit us on the web at mattandsherry.com. This is show 210. A complete DVD set of all 13 episodes of Series 200 of Around the House with Matt and Sherry is available for $49.99 plus shipping and handling. You can bring Sherry and Matt into your house to help you with your decorating and home projects. Visit mattandsherry.com to order.